And we're back from vacation. So,
Yay.
yeah, the first game we'll get right off is Ghost of a Tale. This is, I shouldn't have rated it, but I gave it 8 phalanges.
No worries, no worries.
Yeah, so Ghost of a Tale, it's Seath CG is the company that makes it. They basically started a a fund-me account to build this game, and they got it. It really does look good.
Yep.
They're doing a good job, and I'll give it an 8 for now, just because of the somewhat controls. You can see it's a little clunky around corners, stuff like that. So
that's okay.
I'm sure that stuff will be addressed in the final game, and then we could bring it up if we need to.
All right.
It's a unique game, though. You play a mouse who escapes from this jail cell that you're in, and now you just got to figure out where you are, what you're doing, what's happening.
Yep.
So pretty good. You can get different costumes and stuff like that as you go along.
Fair enough. Do the costumes do anything, or just they look pretty?
No, they do stuff, because you can go back in the game and the guy will think he's hallucinating in his cell or something. He's like, "Come back to me when you're all like a pirate."
Yep.
So you have to get the entire pirate outfit.
Gotcha.
I don't have it yet, and then something happens.
It's all
It's pretty cool.
It's all good.
He'll look at you differently.
Yep.
I'm reading this whole thing probably.
Apparently, yes. That's all good though.
Yeah. So this is what the note looks like, and this is basically telling you what you need to do. So, so you got to sneak around. The guards can hear you. They fall asleep, all that kind of stuff.
Don't play your guitar while you're sneaking around. They'll know where you are.
So far, there's no use for that guitar that I can figure out yet. Sticks, you could get up to 5 sticks. So, keys might be hanging on the wall. You take a stick, throw it at it, and then it'll drop down, and you can get out of you get a new key. New keys open new areas. It's pretty good.
Thief boots. Ooh.
Yeah, so now I have thief boots. And so thief boots are a little more quiet than your regular boots. So they're off.
Makes sense.
Everything's got a function to it.
Good. You shouldn't stand so close to the fire. Your fur will catch on fire.
I thought you could probably catch fire.
Don't singe yourself.
I'm just keeping warm.
I'm sure it's warm enough in there. Look at your cute little ears. And his dangly bell hat. You need to take that bell off, otherwise you're gonna just not good.
Yeah, so I just keep trying things because you never know what's going to work in the game.
Yep.
That's the way it is, and it's very difficult. The guards will see you and they'll come after you, and then you have to escape and hide somewhere.
Again.
And then they'll look for you. And it's pretty good. They do patterns though, so you can figure out their pattern to get to the next part.
Hey, he got the bridge down. Good for you. Now cross the bridge.
Yeah, I think you're gonna see the enemies. The enemies are more like you're a mouse. They're like big rats roaming the halls.
Pirate's belt and a lantern. Goes up the stairs. Can he do it sneakily? No, he's running. He's got that bell hat. Come on.
I'm trotting along.
Almost saw you. Almost saw you.
Yeah, when you run, it's pretty cool too because they got the nice little the animations are really well.
Yep.
So when you run, you actually look like a little mouse running down the hall. When you panic.
Don't panic.
I'm looking for something that might help me to distract him.
Nope.
Or throw
Hang on,
something.
he can see you. He can see you.
He can see me right now. And then I'm going to try something. I'm like, in the real world, you'd be able to hide behind the stairs, and you can. So now he can't see me. As long as I'm going slow, he's not going to detect me.
There you go. Or you can squish him in the head. Oh, he's out.
Yeah, some of these guys you could actually knock out with, you pick up a bottle and throw it at their head and they'll faint. But some of them have harder heads.
Harder heads, okay. Or they have helmets on, one or the other.
I tried throwing the bottle at him earlier. It didn't work.
Oh, another guard, another guard. Watch out.
I like how you can kind of hide in the environment.
Oop.
Coming.
Scurry,
there I go.
scurry.
That's cool, right? He looks good when he runs.
Oh, he's waking up. Bad. And they're both coming after you.
Yeah, but the good thing is you can deter them like that and then sneak down the hall. They're still coming after me. They know better, so they know to turn around and look for me. So now they're coming and I have to find a place to hide. But see how it was red?
Yep.
You can't hide if they can see you because they'll obviously know where you are. Now I'm trying to find something else. I think I get caught.
Oh, knocked
and
out.
I did.
Reload last save. Oh, darn.
I know. Same spot.
It's Bill, folks. What can we say? And he's back in here again.
Sometimes the loading takes a little bit. Like,
yep.
When you go from one area to the next, it takes a little bit
Makes
to load.
sense.
But yes, next is Grow Up from Ubisoft.
Yep.
Interesting game. I gave it a 6 because I don't feel the need to play it. It's like, yeah, it's good and I can do this stuff and bounce around, but it takes a long time to figure it out, and you do the same thing. It's very repetitive, and what's my motivation to really move
Very
on?
stylized graphics.
Yeah, it is nice. It's fun because you can jump around a lot. But
it's only good for short bursts.
Right. And then I'm like, hold on. I guess they didn't explain the game well enough because like. You see how I can grab the things with my hands and I can release one and put the other, kind of like Octoman.
Yep.
Octodad. I didn't know that. They don't really tell you that in the directions or the instructions that they give you. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I saw it was saying, hit this button to hold on, and I tried it and it worked, but it wasn't so obvious.
Yeah.
So.
The camera movement is
very quirky.
Somewhat atrocious.
Yeah. So I'm trying to see where I am, where I have to go, and I need to move the camera around, and then I lose track of my character and
fall off at that point. Oh heck! His legs are inside, his legs are outside, and
then I
overshots it. Oh man, just not having any luck there.
Right, and it's like so you have to like hold those buttons so your hands will grab on. You do, and then you slide off anyway because you overshot it by a mile. There's no control. Like.
Gotcha.
Maybe that's part of the game. You're out of control and you have to figure it out. But that
jumps again.
Not that fun to me.
And lands. Holy cow! He stuck the landing, folks. And he's about to fall off, and this thing rolls.
Yeah. So I'm trying to use that method, the Octodad method, to get to the top of this thing, so I can bounce up and get out there. Now I'm probably gonna fall again. That was total luck.
Yep. But he'll take it, folks. He'll take it.
Yeah, when things work in your favor, that's not bad.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, the camera angles are atrocious.
Yep. What's the objective of the game?
To get to these checkpoints, and then you can collect new powers. And the objective of the game is to get back up to the moon. So that's why it's called Grow Up. You keep on going up, 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 up in the game till you hit the moon.
Can't say it sounds all that exciting.
No.
Okay.
I didn't feel like I said, it doesn't make you feel like you want to play it anymore for the objectives.
Gotcha.
To me, it's not that much fun. So that's where my objective is right now, is that blue area.
Square.
And I say, heck, it'll just be easier if I crawl up this mountain slowly.
Yep.
Very slowly. And there's probably another way to do it. I can grow more of those bouncy things, or I could just crawl up the side of this.
And best option right now, crawl.
Crawl up, yeah.
Okay.
Because you saw the bouncy things are out of control.
You're having a heck of a time with that, so.
And but that's not fun right there.
Nope. Yay.
There should be more controls when you're flying through. So I made it. I got to put both my hands on that exact spot. Doesn't work when I do it too low. There we go.
And you got to open it, and look at that. There's stuff inside, folks. Success.
Yay. Yep. So now I got a new ability.
Whoa.
Jetpack.
Oh God, he's dead. He's doomed, folks.
So I'm testing it out, and I know that I want to just jump across to the next.
There's his charge counter, and
I think I am going to fall too. Oh no, I made it. And there's a satellite, so that's my objective now. That's a checkpoint.
Okay.
So then he's showing me where I have to go next, and of course, so even if I get to that next point, I fall, and then you start over.
No thanks.
I know. So,
I'm good.
So as a fun factor, no. So there I am, and now you can see more
all
of
the
the
way
world.
back there.
See how high I am up now. It's just, I don't know.
I
It's
guess,
probably for some people, but for me it was like...
Fair enough. Not all games are going to
Crazy,
appeal to all people. That's okay.
I know. So next we have XCOM.
Yeah, XCOM, Genesis of the game. So the XCOM series is originally published by Microprose Entertainment way back in 1994. As a collaboration, actually it was an import game from Mythos Games in England. A gentleman by the name of Julian Gollop came out with it. And as you can see here, stunning 480 by 360 graphics. Amazing for the time. But it was 2 games in one. It's about 5 to 10% of the time you're going to be involved in a base management game where you're controlling your soldiers and your research and funding and keeping countries happy and whatnot. A lot of management there. About 5% of the time you're going to be on the global geoscape where you're searching for UFOs that are trying to invade the Earth and whatnot. The vast majority of the game is a tactical combat simulator, turn-based. And this is where the game really excelled and set itself apart from anything before it. While the tactical combat might not be the best that was out there, what made it different was you could customize your soldiers. Admittedly, in the first XCOM game back in 1994, you were really limited to just customizing your name. But that in and of itself was amazing. You make your friends soldiers, your family, people in fiction, your favorite actors, anyone you could think of, you made them soldiers and you got involved in them. You watch them get promotions, watch them get kills, and do amazing things. And you get attached to these soldiers, and this is the original tactical combat game. It is atrocious to look at nowadays, but in the day...
was it like way more turn-based?
It was strictly turn-based.
Oh, okay.
You get a turn, aliens get a turn. You get a turn, aliens get a turn. And as you can see here, the graphics are, not great. Ooh, look, I shot an alien. Oh, he died, thank you. That was amazing.
Nice shot.
But the graphics are pretty limited. That did well enough where they came out with Terror from the Deep, which was the same engine, just set underwater. And that one was okay. They came out with XCOM Apocalypse, 640 by 480 graphics. Actually a step up. The gameplay was really good. Microprose then came out with XCOM Interceptor. Step in the wrong direction. That was back in 1998. In 1999, Hasbro acquired the game. Came out with 2 games, XCOM First Alien Contact and Alien Enforcer. Those were atrocious. Horrible. The Enforcer was a first-person shooter. Not at all based on what XCOM was.
Step in the wrong direction again.
Fast forward back to the early 2000 or late 2000 series, 2009, 2010. 2K Games acquires the license or the IP from Hasbro Interactive / Atari, who had the game. And one of the divisions, 2K Marin, announces that they're going to come out with an XCOM game. It's going to be a first-person shooter and whatnot. Well, another division within 2K Games, Firaxis, one of the developers there, a gentleman by the name of Jake Solomon, was enthralled by the original XCOM series. Loved it as a kid, grew up playing it. It is just totally amazed with it. He's just a regular developer at Firaxis, but approaches the head of Firaxis, who happens to be Sid Meier, of Sid Meier's Civilization fame, one of the original co-founders of Microprose, and a legend in the software industry. Says, I want to make this game, I want to make a sequel to the actual XCOM, let me do it. He says, okay, you've got 6 months, bring me a demo. 6 months later, he and his team have put something together. They bring it to Sid Meier. Sid Meier goes through the demo, sits everyone down and goes, that was the worst demo in the history of things. You're off the project.
Oh, wow.
Jake Solomon tucks his tail between his legs, goes back to regular development on whatever project they happen to be working on. But still has a passion for this game. Comes back 6 months to a year later, approaches Sid again. This takes a lot of gumption from him to do this, but Sid appreciates that he's got passion for it and says, bring me another demo. Several months pass, he brings him another demo. This demo is much better, and Sid says, this has potential. You've got a team, work on it. Becomes a lead developer, brings a full team on, and they come out with, in the meantime, Marin Games came out with their XCOM project. It got delayed to 2013. So the team at Firaxis has their game going, and they managed to get a playable game by 2012. It comes out, and reaction initially is hopeful from all the people who remember the original XCOM. but also apprehensive because there's lots of ways this can be screwed up because all the previous publishers have done so.
Yeah, exactly.
Within a week of the game's actual release in 2012, not only is it receiving rave reviews from all the gaming magazines and gaming publishers, but more importantly, the people who are playing it are giving it excellent reviews on all the forums, all the media, and it takes off. It sells really, really well. They're given the green light to go ahead with an expansion. XCOM from Marin Games comes out. Everyone's hopeful for that. Everyone buys it up, and the reviews are less than stellar because though it's a first-person shooter, though it takes place in the XCOM universe, it's not the XCOM feel. You can't customize your soldiers. You can't do that.
Yeah.
And this game by Jake here adheres to the original concept. You've got turn-based tactical combat system. You've got your soldiers, which are completely customizable, and the graphics are amazing. So they came out with XCOM Enemy Within. And that does well, but the main complaint is the game is too short. You can finish the game in 30 to 50 missions, which is relatively quick. You can do it in probably 12 to 20 hours. A bunch of fans come together and come out with something that had never been done or never designed for this game. They came out with a mod for it. It was called Long War. And it switched the game from a 50-mission game to anywhere to about a 300-mission game. Really lengthened everything out. But the game sales had still done well, so Firaxis was given the go-ahead to come out with an expansion. They came out with XCOM 2 in 2014 and designed the game with the idea that mods would be available. They actually approached the developers of Long War and said, what did you do? How can we make this available to everyone to make their own mods? They worked together on it, came out with that. There have now been thousands upon thousands of mods for XCOM 2 here. There are 5 proper DLC from Firaxis and a new one, which essentially is an expansion to XCOM 2. XCOM 2 War of the Chosen is due out in late August, August 28th or 29th. And the graphics for that look amazing. But this shows that if you're passionate about a project and that you know its core, what it's good at, and what it did well, you can recreate that. Julian, the original creator of XCOM, says this is an amazing thing. This is a rebirth of something that died a long time ago, and he's thrilled with it. So they took the original core turn-based tactical combat system. They incorporated that back in. They reproduced the ant farm where you're dealing with your micromanagement of your soldiers and your base and your production and research and everything. And it's not quite like the original XCOM game, but it is really, really good.
Just the fact that they allowed the mods is huge.
It's huge. It's
a lot of
generally
companies are doing
unheard
that
of, yeah.
now.
Matter of fact, the parent company, 2K Games, just initially sent a cease and desist for some mods for GTA. They've since retracted that, but there's somewhat of a misunderstanding between game developers and the mod makers.
Right.
Some stuff is good, some stuff is bad, but there's a fine line that you can be run with.
Right.
And for this stuff here, I mean, it shows what you can do with a good support group, a great community, and people who are really passionate and love the game.
Yeah, and then
that
you have
exists.
a game that never ends.
Yep. It's been 23 years since this game originally came out in its original form. And if you ever get a chance to play that game, it's wonderful. It's still fun. You can find it on Steam for usually $2 and get completely enthralled. And the graphics are horrendous, but the gameplay is absolutely 100% there. And now we're to this, and it's still just as playable, and I've got hundreds, if not thousands, of hours in this game, in this series, over 20-some-odd years.
The next step in this was the add-on that's coming out.
Yep. Another one comes out end of the month.
What was that called?
War of the Chosen.
Okay. So that's coming out and has been just announced for consoles as well.
Yep, they just released press footage of it today.
Of course, keyboard and mouse is nothing like it with this game. So
yeah. Awesome.
Can't do any better.
Marvel Heroes Omega.
Yep. Oh, yeah, I didn't even realize we were on that right now. Yeah, Marvel Heroes Omega came out. Tons of characters you can choose. Yep. I just chose Punisher because I want to level him up.
You want guns.
Exactly. Yeah, I think he's pretty fun because you got all these different guns you can use and you get power-ups, stuff like that. This game is...
When you can pull a bazooka out of your sock, let me know. That's the Punisher.
And he does some pretty cool stuff, but I haven't leveled him up much here, but as you go on, you can level up almost everything. So, like chest plates, boots, stuff like that. You get all these different capabilities.
New weapons, new powers, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, exactly. So, and your guns get stronger as you grow too. So, Pretty neat. It has a ton of Marvel characters in it.
Yep.
Just the whole Guardians of the Galaxy, and the rest of the Marvel universe.
Yep.
You know, even ones you don't think are in there, they're in there. So, pretty neat game. It's been out for the computer for quite a while.
Yep.
But you know, computer and the controls are very simple to use on a controller
Console,
on this
yeah.
one too. So it doesn't. I wouldn't make a It wouldn't make much of a difference. I'm sure you can get better graphic quality out of the PC, where like you get all the effects.
Yeah, but again, graphics aren't the end all and be all of a game.
Right.
If the playability is there,
Yeah, and this game's fun.
Yeah.
That's all. I've been running around with it for a little bit. And, I was having fun. I'm gonna play it some more when I get the chance.
yep.
So yeah, basically you just run around. You do your what do you call it, missions.
Yep.
And then they'll build up from there. It's a decent game. Missions are fun. They're huge. They're good sized missions, and then they can go on, or you can go on to the next level, or
Yeah,
go back
you
to
can
command center.
Keep playing this forever.
Exactly.
I
Yeah,
watched
you
some
could
of my friends
I could.
level ridiculous amounts of levels on this game, and they're still having a ball. So
I gave it a 7,
Yep.
but only gave it a 7 because I will play it, but the graphic level is okay, but it's not way up above
Yeah.
everything else. It's decent.
yep. Again, decent is okay so long as the playability
Yeah.
is there.
As long as you can have fun with it. I want to play it more online. I haven't played it online at all, which is probably the problem. But you could get other people to play the missions with you
Yep.
as well.
Yeah, I've watched some of my friends do that.
Spider-Man's in it. Like you can do missions with him. You can do,
Yep.
play many different characters, and there's so many.
Deadpool.
Yeah, Deadpool. You could get.
He's snarky.
I think there's almost 40-something characters in there, maybe even more. You see me going in this screen,
Yep.
level up my character with the better options.
Some boots.
It is. It's a good game. I'm glad
Good.
it came out. Free, completely free.
Free is
There's
good.
nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
So I mean, basic Marvel controls.
Yep.
Shoot, shoot, shoot. Get through. You can get killed. I'm just doing pretty good at this game. See, I'm good at this game, so everybody should. I should have given it. It's a 10. No.
It's not a 10. You're just doing okay at this game.
Yeah,
That's all.
exactly. You get into trouble when you get to you get boss characters,
Yeah.
sub bosses. So yeah, and the environment plays a huge effect when you get into it a little bit more. Like things will be blowing up and
Yep.
he was throwing stuff. You could see him throw traps out where if you run into the trap, it takes away huge amounts of
Yep. Hobgoblin.
energy. Yep.
Green Goblin. Sorry.
He's gonna be my first
Boss.
boss character right here.
Yep.
Yeah. He's not so good. He's pretty easy. He does hit me with that though. I don't know what that is. Little boomerang thing. See, that's the one that takes off a lot. You just got to dodge out of the way of the.
Yep.
So there's a lot of patterns you'll get used to beat the boss characters. You might die a couple times, but once you figure out the pattern, you'll get through it.
Yep.
Or get your friends and you'll have 4 people challenging him. Yeah, it's
Oh,
pretty
cool.
neat.
Excellent.
Good that you can, oh yeah, he's got different weapons. He tries different things to get you too. Powering him down yet? Very slowly.
Yep. Takes a long time. Oh, lastly up, Micro
Yeah,
Machines.
Micro Machines. Micro Machines started way back. They used to have race games like this.
Yep.
And actually, I like the old ones much better. The controls were better. The tracks were a little bit better.
Mhm.
This one, because it's not.
Oh crap.
Yeah, see, but you can't tell. Once you get used to the track, you can kind of tell because
Yep.
you've been through it before. But there's certain parts where you can't tell where you need to go, and then you just fall right off the board.
Whoops.
And the controls are not good. Not as good as the older ones.
Ah well.
And the RC Pro-Am was like this. You would play that, but you would be able to correct yourself off the course. This one, once you go wrong, you just slide right off.
Ah! Not good.
The controls are just too difficult. That's
Yep.
why. So I gave this one a 6.
Okay.
'Cause, it's above. I didn't want to give it a 5 because 5 seems low.
So it's basically just a racing game like a Mario Kart or something, just a different perspective, and
Yeah, exactly.
try and deal with controls and not die.
Exactly. Yeah, try to deal with all the glitches in it.
Yep.
There's different modes, but race mode is like the best mode, I think.
Gotcha.
There is a little bit of variety if you got it, and there's different levels. Skipping on here a little bit.
Hard to tell if that's your render or whatnot.
Yeah.
Oh, you got blowed up.
I think it's the render. It's not the game because it wasn't doing it in the game.
Yep.
So disregard that. Helicopters flying around, shooting.
Oh!
I know. Sheesh. I did get better at the game once I felt the track was like once you do the track a couple times, but the controls are still just way
wonky.
off.
Gotcha.
You can't like correct yourself once you go wrong. You could do like it has G.I. Joe trucks in it. It has different.
Yep, all their
tons of
assorted
different
licenses.
cars. Yeah, and I'm sure you could get like more. I just didn't take the time.
Gotcha.
What did I come in third?
Third.
I did come in first a couple of times, but it was difficult.
Yay.
And it you know, I don't give it the bad. The graphics are okay.
Yep.
I don't know. It's fun.
Fun is good. That's the important thing.
Yeah, exactly. So you know, but it would be way better if it was more like that Mario Kart feel to it. Like, oh, you get excited. You know, I'm just kind of like, what the heck did I fall off the track for? Doesn't make sense. So I don't know. Yep. So next week I'm gonna have Fortnite.
Okay.
Some stuff on that, which was a game that I thought was canceled, but lo and behold, at E3 they were like, "Hey, Fortnite's still coming out."
Excellent.
That's I want to think who makes it, but it's a well-known publisher that's coming out with a kind of a new franchise.
Excellent.
So it'll be awesome.
Nice. No idea what's coming out for PC next week for the show, but I'm sure I'll have one or two things. We'll see what we have.
We'll see you next week. Catchphrase.
Something. Dark side.
The preceding program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.